So this is the last of our predictions here. We have the top 100 list, which we're doing on Monday, which is predictive, I guess. But award predictions, we've done Eastern Conference, we've done Western Conference standings predictions. Award predictions, first and foremost, I feel like we should go through each and every award that we predicted a year ago, just to see how close we were. And just so you guys know my track record, man. Last year, I don't think we got any awards correct. Let's see. Clutch Player of the Year. Who knows and who gives a shit? This award sucks. Steph Curry won it last year. I picked Luka to win it. Again, who cares? Coach of the Year. Okay, I did get this one right. I picked Mark Daigneault to win Coach of the Year last year. He did win Coach of the Year. That one kind of felt like a gimme pick. Most Improved. This award is stupid. Mikal Bridges had the best betting odds for Most Improved Player of the Year. Like, how did that make sense, right? Tyrese Maxey obviously won it. I did not think that was within the spirit of the award. And granted, it wasn't like Franz Wagner was either, but I was picking as if I knew the spirit of the award was off. Should have been Kobe White through and through. Like, he embodies Most Improved Player. Is a player who you don't really think is that good for whatever reason, or just think is an okay player who then becomes a much better player than you ever really expected. Please stream games on YouTube instead of playback. No. Sixth Man of the Year went with Malik Monk. Second, right? Didn't Malik Monk finish second in Sixth Man of the Year voting? Naz Reid won it. Quickly was the betting favorite last year, as you can see. Defensive Player of the Year. Jaren Jackson Jr. was actually a favorite to repeat, which was interesting. Obviously, Rudy Gobert won it. I picked Bam Adebayo. It's slightly insane. Onyeka Okongwu. That one was out there. Rookie of the Year, Wemby was. It's crazy looking back at this that Wemby was minus 145, which really is not that crazy of odds. I think he has better odds right now to win Defensive Player of the Year in year 2 than he did to win Rookie of the Year, which is kind of nuts to me. Like, in retrospect, Wemby should have been just gigantic favorite to win Rookie of the Year. But, I mean, minus 145 is actually pretty good money. I had Derek Lively, who was 20th in odds, as a slightly insane pick. And that was like, I don't know what he finished in Rookie of the Year voting, but he had a great rookie season, obviously. And MVP, I picked Luka Doncic to win it. My safe pick was Jokic. All of the narratives were in Jokic's favor, and, of course, he did end up winning it. All NBA teams. Let's see. What did I go with? Luka. Okay, yes. Giannis, yes. Steph made a third team, I believe. Joel Embiid did not play 65 games. Jokic, first team. Yeah. Devin Booker. Did Devin Booker make an All NBA team? He did. I think he was third team as well. Jason Tatum was first team. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was first team. Dame did not make an All NBA. Wow, I was really in on Dame, huh? Second team. Damn. AD did. Anthony Davis made an All NBA, correct? Let me check. I'm a little bit surprised as to how high on Dame I was, but okay. Yes, he was a second team All NBA last year. Trae Young did not make an All NBA team. Anthony Edwards made second team all year, All NBA last year. Bam Adebayo did not make an All NBA team. It's a damn shame. Jamal Murray did not make an All NBA team. Victor Wembanyama, I was high on him. Did not make an All NBA team, but did get some votes though. Did get some All NBA votes. Did you make this list before the Dame trade? Yes. I did this right before the season started. So here we go. This year's predictions. I genuinely do love doing the award predictions. It's just fun going in and seeing the odds and stuff like that. What does Vegas think these guys are going to do? So I'm going to pull up the odds up to the side here so we can go over some other names over the course of this. But here are my predictions. This is made by Slidle. I'm getting closer and closer to unlocking full Slightly powers. As you can see, a couple days ago it was Slight. Now we're at Slidle. Come Monday when we do Top 100, we will be at Slightly. We will be fully unlocked, engaged, and ready to go. Here we go. Here's the format for this. So my slightly safe pick. This is if I had to be boring, if I just had to go with the most logical pick, the safest pick, that's what I would do. My slightly insane one, I try to look at somebody who's outside of the top 10 and that awards odds and try to see who might have the best case to win the award based off of that. And then the third one and final one is slightly biased, aka my actual pick and selection. Let's just get into this. We're starting off with Clutch Player of the Year. Woohoo! We love Clutch Player of the Year. We love this award. Currently, Steph Curry has the highest odds. He's actually tied. There's 4 people tied with the best odds. Steph Curry, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, and Jalen Brunson, all plus 1,100 to win this award. Obviously, Steph won it last year. My safe one is Shai. I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like you need to be on a competitive, good, but not great team, right? So that might eliminate the Thunder from this because they might not be in enough close games. So you're kind of looking at teams that are going to be good and in close games. And that means Steph could be an option for this again. The Bucks, Damian Lillard could be an option for this. He has good odds as well. My insane one is Kyrie Irving, who personally I thought should have won it last year. That wasn't even me just bullshitting. Like, I actually think he probably should have won this award. His numbers in the clutch were absolutely insane. And the efficiency he had in crunch time for the Mavericks was on another planet. Like, I thought in a lot of ways he was maybe the most clutch player in the NBA a season ago, but of course he was never going to win it. I actually, now that I'm saying that out loud, is there a 65 game requirement for this one as well? I don't think there was. Because I think that's why, like, we were kind of arguing for Kyrie, because I don't think there was a requirement for this one. My pick is Jalen Brunson, who I think the Knicks are going to get a lot of media love this year, naturally. People love what they did in the offseason. People think they're going to be a great team. They are going to be a great team. I just think they're going to get a lot of award love. And in some ways, I kind of feel like the Clutch Player of the Year might double as this. Hey, you had a great season. You're not going to win like any of the big traditional awards. Let's just throw you this Clutch Player of the Year award. He's tied with the best odds, again, as I mentioned earlier, with Steph, Shai, and Luka. And I could see the Knicks being in enough close games. And he's going to have the ball in his hands every single time down the court. Like, there's nobody else on the Knicks that's going to be, like, in competition for having the ball in their hands down the stretch. So, this is my selection. Jalen Brunson. The next award, the Coach of the Year. Last year we got this one correct. I kind of feel like this isn't that hard of an award to predict, to be honest with you. Tom Thibodeau is the favorite to win this award right now at plus 700. My safe pick, though, is Ime Udoka, who is second. As you guys know, if you watch my standing predictions videos, you guys know that I'm pretty high on the Rockets this upcoming season. I think that they're going to be good, and I just feel like you look at the history of this award, and it either goes to a team that's like unbelievably dominant or a team that kind of exceeded our expectations, and that would be the Rockets. To me, like, if the Knicks end up being the 2 seed and win 54 games, like, okay. I mean, we knew that. That was the expectations, kind of. So that's why I kind of struggle with Tibbs winning it, but who knows. My insane pick is Michael Malone. So this is assuming that the Nuggets are maybe much better than everyone thinks. I just feel like there's a lot of things going in his favor. Like, we've talked about the talent that has left the Denver Nuggets over the past few years. We talk about how a lot of their rotation pieces and a lot of their bench guys and depth guys have a ton of question marks, and it's going to be very difficult navigating that. If the Nuggets are good and Michael Malone figures out a way to get the most out of some of these guys and is on point with his rotations, and it all kind of makes sense by the end of the year, I think he's got a pretty great chance at winning this award. And on top of that, too, he's already kind of a solidified coach who people like. He's won a championship. Charles Lee, insane pick. I wonder what Charles Lee's odds are. Okay, a little bit higher than I thought. There's some people who I've heard talk about the Hornets who are very excited about what Charles Lee brings to the table. So there you go. That could be one of them for sure. Kid is low in the odds as well. Could be an option. I mean, Kid's very low, actually. Billy Donovan has the lowest odds, tied with Jordy Fernandez and Brian Keefe, as you might expect. Billy Donovan probably doesn't finish the season. Will Hardy is very, very low, which is interesting. Charles Lee's a dude from Hamilton, right? Yeah. My pick is Ime Udoka for the reasons I mentioned earlier. And again, I've already said that I'm high on the Rockets. I think the Rockets are going to be good. So because of that, I'll give them Coach of the Year. I could see Joe Mazzulla getting this, though, as well. Like, if the Celtics get 60-plus wins again and are the 1 seed, we sort of reward that dominance that they've had. What about Demon Kid? I just can't see a world where he wins it. Just can't see a world. Most Improved Player, the Broken Award. This award just makes no sense. Have you watched the Penguin? Yes. Guys, whenever I'm doing, stuff like this, we're focused on this. Start of the stream when we're bullshitting, that's when we can kind of just toss around nonsense. Most Improved Player. Tyrese Maxey won this last year. Insane pick, Ryan Dunn. That would be insane if a rookie won Most Improved Player. Victor Wembanyama has the best odds for this. I think that would be so fucking dumb. Like, seriously. Victor Wembanyama winning this award, and not only is he the favorite to win this award, he's plus 650. The next best odds are plus 1,100. Like, he's a heavy favorite to win this award. Or at least his odds are much better than anyone else's. I just think that would be so stupid, man. But my safe pick would be him. Like, if I'm just getting into the brain of the voters, I feel like this is who they're going to end up picking, assuming Wemby has that, Wemby takes that leap that we're sort of expecting. Just think this is the stupidest shit. I really do. My insane pick would be Deni Avdija, who is plus 5,000, which is tied for the 22nd best odds. My line of thinking here kind of fits that Most Improved Player mold. I thought he had a really interesting Most Improved Player case a year ago, but sort of fits that mold on a new team. I'm not sure what his role is going to be just yet, if he has an expanded role or not. I guess that remains to be seen. But changing teams, I feel like it's going to shine a little bit more light on, holy shit, this Deni Avdija guy is actually a really good basketball player. And maybe he should have got it last year. You have to think about that with awards, because a lot of the times that's how it works. Where, maybe we should have given this to you a year ago. Or maybe you should have gotten more love for this award a year ago. So now we're going to give it to you kind of retroactively. But there's a lot of decent picks here. I mean, it's just the beauty, or what should be the beauty of this award, and why it's like Kobe White should have won it a year ago, is it should be guys that you're not really like looking at in that way. And then they take you by surprise. Like, that's the spirit of the award. Dyson Daniels is on here. Like, that's somebody who kind of fits what I'm talking about to a T there. Why is Zubats on here? Zubats not like, what else could we see from Zubats? Like, Max Christie is kind of an interesting name in that regard. PJ Washington, maybe. Like, Bogdan's on here. Bogdan's in his 30s. Quickly has pretty good odds to win it. I could see that. Grimes, I just don't see him playing nearly enough. Like, Jalen Johnson's plus 1,100. Well, that would feel stupid, because like last year was his breakout year in a lot of ways. My pick is Jalen Green. That is my pick. He's 8th in odds. Again, a top 3 pick. Winning Most Improved Player. I just don't really understand the point of this award in a lot of ways. But we've talked about Jalen Green quite a bit in the past couple of weeks. The March conundrum for Jalen Green, where every March Jalen Green pops off, and we all sort of say to ourselves, okay, all right, Jalen Green figured it out. And then over the course of the season, it's just more inconsistency. But again, if I'm thinking that the Rockets are going to have a good season this year, which I do think so, if I think that they're going to be a playoff team, which I do think so, I think that means Jalen Green takes a leap forward And if he does and he becomes consistent and he looks really good, I think he's a good candidate to win this. Jabari Smith could be someone. I do think Quentin Grimes is a bad choice. Like there's a volume factor here. You have to reach a certain point per game threshold. And there's just, with the construction of the Mavericks, there's no way Quentin Grimes reaches it. No way at all. What can Zubac add to his game though? Like what is Zubac going to add to his game? Like anyone who watches the Clippers should know who Zubac is. Zubac's 40% from 3 season. All right, maybe. What if Hardy's our 6-man and averages like 16? Hardy's a name that kind of fits the idea of most improved player, for sure. I don't know. I just don't know if he'll have that role with the Mavs. What is this one? 6th man of the year. Last year, obviously, Naz Reid won this. Malik Monk is the betting favorite to win this. And if I was just keeping it super safe, that would be my selection. Had a very, very solid argument to win it last year. If I had a vote, I would have voted for Malik Monk last year. Not like Naz Reid was a bad choice or anything like that. But he should be coming off the bench again. There is a world where he gets into starting lineups, and it sort of throws this off if the Keon Ellis experiment's just not working out. But I think Malik Monk is awesome. I think he's a great guard off the bench. He puts up the numbers that you want to see for a 6-man of the year. Just that microwave. I wouldn't even say scoring. Obviously, he can score, but he's also a great playmaker as well. And yeah, we do. Manny makes a great point. We do have the, hey, you could have easily won this award last year. We'll get you one this year. He's got that working in his favor as well. Slightly insane. I went with Trey Mann, who has the 22nd best odds at plus 5,500. There's a lot of buzz, no pun intended, coming out of Charlotte with Trey Mann. I mean, they fucking love him. Hornets fans love Trey Mann. Allen Iverson light off the bench. I could just see him stuffing the stat sheet. In a lot of ways, that's what it comes down to for 6-man of the year. You know, can you stuff the stat sheet? Can we look at it and say, oh my God, this guy averaged 18 points a game off the bench? Holy shit. Give him that award. That's still what this award is. That's kind of like why I like this award is it's, you know, all of the other awards have sort of reached the look at this graph level. 6-man of the year still feels like a good old fashioned, hey, that boy's nice award. Bogey, yeah, but he started a lot of games last year. I just feel like he's someone who, injuries and stuff, could find his way into the lineup quite a bit. Naz Reid is second in this award. He's got a good chance to win it again. Jaime Jaquez is third. My pick, though, another Timberwolf, Dante DiVincenzo, I think, is due for a monster season off the bench, and I think has a very good, solid chance to win this award. He's fourth in odds. No, I don't think he's going to. I can't see a world where he starts. I cannot see a world where Dante DiVincenzo starts. Are you talking about Naz Reid, though? You could be talking about Naz Reid. I just love him off the bench. I think that he's going to put up a lot of points. I think he's going to have volume stats. I think the advanced numbers are going to like him quite a bit. And I think he's going to play off of Anthony Edwards tremendously. And I think there's going to be a narrative around him as well. Like if he has a really good season coming off of that trade with the Knicks, I think a lot of people will be talking about it. The Timberwolves will have a good year. They'll win a lot of games. He feels like a really solid option. Jordan Clarkson is a pretty solid one. I mean, can't really ever go wrong with a Jordan Clarkson one. Norm Powell will probably be starting quite a bit of games, so take him out. Russell Westbrook is high in odds. I would not bet on that. Caruso is as well. I just kind of feel like he'll be starting a lot of games. What's interesting, actually, CJ McCollum has the 6th best odds. You're obviously risking it there because I think as of right now, he's sort of slotted in as a starter. But if they do the right thing and move CJ McCollum to the bench, he's actually a pretty interesting choice. But again, you have to hope that they would move him to the bench. Tim Hardaway Jr., yeah, I don't think Timmy's going to win this one. Julius Randle gets moved to the bench. Now, if Julius Randle comes off the bench, that's an interesting one as well. My pick is Dante DiVincenzo. It makes a lot of sense for me. Defensive player of the year. Look at that defensive stance on the trophy, huh? Of course, last year, Rudy Gobert won it. I will tell you right now, the years of Rudy Gobert winning Defensive Player of the Year are over. Okay? He is currently 5th best odds. There's just simply no way. Victor Wembanyama is minus 155 to win this award, folks. Now, if you're not into gambling at all, let me try to explain that to you in a way a 5-year-old would maybe understand. Because in a lot of ways, my knowledge of gambling is very much a 5-year-old's way of understanding things. You notice that all of the odds that we've said so far are plus, 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 plus. That means there's no real favorite, right? Everyone you're betting for is a risk. So, for example, we just talked about 6th man of the year, right? Malik Monk's plus 550. If you bet $100 on Malik Monk, you would win $550. It's pretty good. Victor Wembanyama is a heavy favorite to win this award, minus 155. That means you'd have to bet $155 to win 100. So he's a heavy favorite. I mean, seeing this type of shit for an award is very rare. He is my safe pick. They're clearly setting it up to give it to him. He was incredible last year. I do think he has a very solid argument for being the best defender in the NBA right now. He finished, what did he finish? 2nd in Defensive Player of the Year last year, and there was a strong push towards the end of the year to maybe give him Defensive Player of the Year. He's, assuming he plays enough games, he's going to lead the league in blocks. He's going to lead the league in stocks. The defensive metrics are going to be absolutely fucking nutty for Wemby this upcoming season. And in a lot of ways, this could be the first and what ends up being a stretch of Defensive Player of the Year trophies for Victor Wembanyama that lasts pretty much as long as he's healthy. Like, I don't know if there will be a guy defensively as good as Wemby. My slightly insane pick, Herb Jones. He's 11th, so just outside of the top 10, which is my criteria for slightly insane. I mean, why not? Herb Jones, we all respect him as a great defender. Who knows if he does play a lot of small ball 5 and is picking up centers a good amount of the time and he does really good at it and looks really good in that capacity, then sure, why not? He'll get some Defensive Player of the Year love. Now, it's interesting. I'm scrolling through here. Wanted to see, and this is just on FanDuel, wanted to see what Derek Lively's odds are. He is not on here. But LeBron James is. Ben Simmons is. Clint Capella is. Alexander Sarr is. Huh. Avery with the $4.99 slightly. I just put a $50 bet to win $1,000 on the Mavericks winning the in-season tournament cup. Am I chalked or do you like my odds? Man, I don't know. I don't know about the in-season tournament. That's fun though. So my pick to win Defensive Player of the Year, all signs point towards Victor Wembanyama, but god damn it, my boy's got to get one. Bam's got to get one. He's campaigning, he's crying. Like it or not, that is a strategy that you have to employ. If you want to win an award, and especially if you're not like an overwhelming favorite, you got to deploy the cry tactic. We've seen Embiid do it for MVP. We saw, I don't know if did Marcus Smart cry his way towards it? The Boston Celtics media definitely cried their way towards Marcus Smart winning a very fraudulent Defensive Player of the Year trophy. Bam Adebayo is already campaigning for it. So here we go. And maybe, just maybe, I'm looking at it this way. What are the chances Victor Wembanyama doesn't win it? Well, of course, you run the risk of him missing time. But beyond that, I don't think the Spurs team's going to be great. And we might get to the end of the year and the Spurs are just a bad team and their defense is just okay. Even though Wemby by himself is incredible, the team defense hasn't really followed yet just because the pieces aren't there. And voters look at it and say, do we really want the Defensive Player of the Year to be on a bad defense? Again, nothing against Wemby, but let's just come together. We'll accept that Wemby's going to win 8 of these things. Let's get Bam one. Right? Chet is tied with Bam for the second best odds. Could happen as well. Mobley plus 1,400. Again, Gobert's fifth best odds. There's just no way Gobert wins another one. Next to no way. The AD argument could be the same thing for Bam. Like, okay, let's give AD one. It's about time we give Anthony Davis one. Luka, probably not. It is very rare that they give Defensive Player of the Years to bad teams or bad defenses. Very, very rare. So Bam Adebayo, come on down. Which award is this? Rookie of the Year. Zach Edey is not only the favorite to win this award, but a big favorite to win this award. Plus 290. The next best odds are plus 700. I guess technically not a favorite, but you get what I'm saying. He is the best odds by a lot. He's a safe pick for me. I just think he's going to be on a team that's going to rely on him. He's going to have a big role on a team that's hoping to be good. And I do think he's a good basketball player. So he's got a good chance to win this. My slightly insane one, it's tough looking outside of the top 10 in Rookie of the Year because those guys are outside the top 10 for a reason. They're probably not either A, they're not good, or B, their role in their team's probably not going to be too big. Donovan Clingan's 11th. I think that's kind of an interesting one. But I ended up going with Cody Williams. I saw some Jazz people saying that he's going to be a part of their rotation. And he's looked really good and had some really high ceiling flashes in their preseason games. So just somebody to look out for. I wouldn't bet on him or anything, but definitely somebody to look out for. Dalton Knecht in the top 10, so he wouldn't have applied to this. Other people outside the top 10, Ron Holland. I don't know how much run he gets as a rookie. Salon, same thing. Jared McCain, kind of something similar. Already hurt, which is an interesting thing. Ryan Dunn at plus 5,000 is somewhat interesting, right? If the offensive flashes we've seen in the preseason are serious. Yves Missi is somebody who, if they're just running him out there as starting center, my pick is Zach Edey. I just think it's the safest one. Again, he's going to be on a good team. That doesn't usually mean much for Rookie of the Year. But I think in a class like this, where there's maybe no like super standouts, that Zach Edey playing well on a team that is contending and competing matters. Risha Shea is second best odds, and he definitely has a very solid chance. Plus 700. Reed Shepherd, obviously, plus 750. If he gets playing time, he looks like he could win Rookie of the Year. He looks really good, but we'll see if he gets enough minutes. And that leads us to the grand finale. MVP. 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 Is this just the light reflecting off my hair, or do I have something in my hair? MVP. So my safe selection last year, it was Jokic. This year it is Luka, who is the betting favorite to win rookie or most improved player. Yet again, he's plus 330. Shea is second at plus 410. Jokic is third at plus 480. Now, traditionally, I would say I feel like there's next to no chance that Jokic gets another one. I really struggle to imagine Jokic getting fourth. However, there have been the narratives will be working in his favor if the Nuggets are good. I will just say that. I will say that. Obviously, Shea, if the Thunder get 60-plus wins, has a great chance to win it. Tatum's down here as well, plus 1,300. He's top 10 in odds. If they win 60-plus games, he's got a chance to win it. My slightly insane pick, MVP's hard because outside of the top 10, you're looking at guys who are like second options on their team or are on bad teams, and you really got to talk yourselves into it. Like, how is this team going to be better than the Thunder? How is this team going to be better than the Celtics? How are these guys going to like outperform players that are higher in odds and on better teams than them? I went with Jaylen Brown. Now, let me explain myself. Jaylen Brown, surprisingly, is only 14th in odds, right? At plus 10,000. What if, now just bear with me here, just won conference finals MVP, just won finals MVP. What if this year Jaylen Brown's like, hey, you guys thought that shit was a fluke? I'm the best player on this team. That wasn't just a magical 1 month stretch. I'm the best player on this team. And the Celtics win 63 games, and we look at it at the end of the season and say, holy fuck, Jaylen Brown really is the best player. I mean, I look at some of the other guys around here, like Steph Curry, I think, is 11th. There's no way the Warriors are that good. No way at all. KD, like, if the Suns are really good, I feel like KD and Booker will just be splitting each other's votes. Zion, I just cannot imagine a world where the Pelicans are that good. Halliburton, maybe. I mean, maybe he's a better bet here if the Pacers really surprise us. AD and LeBron, I really doubt it. Donovan Mitchell, I doubt it. Paolo, Dame, you know, like we're getting to these names where it's like next to no chance for some of these guys. We know the Celtics should be good. Tatum would take Brown's votes, yes, but let's just say a world in which Jaylen Brown is kind of clearly their best player. Not just like, hey, this graph says that Jaylen Brown's better than Tatum, but like, hey, I just watched the Celtics game last night, and why the fuck is Jaylen Brown their guy now? It's called Slightly Insane for a reason. Jaylen Brown's looked really good. I mean, what if this was just like the moment? What if the finals MVP and stuff was the moment that he needed? And he just said, and he's just like, yeah, sorry, JT. My pick, of course, is Luka. It is his year. I'm not. There's not even a funny bit or anything like that. This is his year. This is his year through and through. I think the Mavericks will win enough games. I think he's going to have narrative on his side. It's time for Luka to hoist that MVP trophy. I also feel like I know the narrative always changes, but I feel like I talked about this with Defensive Player of the Year, is that there might be this lingering sort of, hey, this Wemby guy is getting ready to kind of take these awards by storm. Let's get the guys who we think deserve some and need to end their careers. We've got things on the resume. That's not to say Luka at 26 years old, if he wins MVP, that's it. But you do never know. They won't vote Luka because he doesn't play defense. I think they'll vote Luka this year. I really do. I'm feeling confident in it. My all NBA teams, I think the first team is going to look very similar this year to what it looked like last year. I got Luka, Giannis, Shea, Jokic, and I'm throwing D-Book in there. I'm throwing Devin Booker in there because I am high on the Suns, and I just feel like he'll get a lot of love if they're good. I took KD off. For some reason, I feel like KD's playing under 65 games. For some reason, I feel like KD's playing under 65 games. It didn't feel good, but that's just the way you have to look at some of it. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both on the second team. Victor Wembanyama making second team All-NBA. Yeah, same with Bron. I struggled to see LeBron playing 65 games again this year, to be completely honest with you. Jalen Brunson, I think, will make another All-NBA team. Trae Young, I'm just going for it. Fuck it. Let's do it. He's going to have the ball in his hands a bunch. I think he's going to put up some gaudy stats. Anthony Edwards, third team. Probably would like for this to be higher, but I don't know. You just look at some of the guys ahead of him. Bam Adebayo, I picked him to win Defensive Player of the Year, so he's got to be on here. Halliburton and Kyrie Irving, because why the fuck not? Why not? Bron probably going to be in prison? Oh, my God.